Welcome to Health and Fitness The Truth. I'm Christopher, and in this video we're going to be learning how to get up the warped wall. So we're going to break getting up the warped wall into three parts. Part 1 is approaching the wall, Part 2 is getting up the wall, and Part 3 is getting up over the top of the wall. So for approaching the wall, you want speed getting up the wall, okay? So a lot of kids or people, they kind of jog at the wall their first time. And that's cool if you're just feeling it out for your first couple attempts, go ahead and do that. But when you are interested in getting to the top of that wall, you really need all the speed you can get. If we want to refine this though, come and look at the wall with me real quick. Because of the angle of the wall, as soon as I hit the wall with the foot, that angle is going to slow me down. So what I want ideally is to get my last foot that is on the floor right in front of the wall so that I more efficiently transfer my energy up from straight forward. Because what happens otherwise is I run at it, and if I land my last foot on the floor back a distance from the wall, then my first foot lands on and into the wall, and it stops you. It stops you. And it makes it for a really inefficient transfer of your movement up. So you want your last foot on the floor right in front of it, or as close to the wall as possible, before you get a big stride up. Working backward from there, what that means is, if I want my foot to land real close to the wall, then I want to know about how much of a running start I want. And I want to know if I start from spot X, okay, let's say I want to start from right here. If I start from right here and I sprint just like I would if I wanted to get up the wall, if I sprint, where will my feet land? If I start from here and I sprint and I find that my last foot stops right in front of the wall, then I want to start from that same spot every time when I'm refining my approach to the wall. So how I teach the approach to the wall is, you want to figure out where you want to start and start with your same foot on the same spot every single time, okay? Because you want your last foot on the floor to land right in front of the wall. And with those, you got to make sure you just want speed and a large stride. Okay, so you've come toward the wall with speed and power. You've refined the process of where your feet are going to land, so you're starting from the same spot every time. Now, your last foot is landed right in front of the wall, or as close to it as you can get. And what you want now, and the trouble is, different walls in different ninja gyms have different angles of approach. This one, at Obstacle Warrior Kids in Sandy, has a very abrupt angle. Some gyms, the angle of incline could start way back here. And what that would mean is, I could get higher on the wall before I had to commit to my last drive jump up, okay? On this wall, where the wall is a little bit more abrupt with its angle, I can't get as high before I have to commit to jumping up and reaching. Either way, what you want is to find the optimum spot for you to jump from on your last foot. And what that means is we have to work backwards again. And if I know that I'm starting at point X, in order to land my foot right where it needs to be in front of the wall, if that's what I'm doing, now I need to find out which foot do I want to land on the wall last to get my preferential strong leg to get my final push on my jump to reach to the top of the wall. So if my right leg is stronger, and if on this wall I find that it's good for me to take 3 steps and then I'll have to commit to jumping, then what I'll want is my left foot to land right in front of the wall so that my right foot lands on the wall. I'll get a second step with my left, and then my right foot, my dominant side, will be able to get that last final jump push on this wall. On another wall, I might be able to get more distance up the wall before I have to commit to that jump, and I might get 4 or even 5, or like on the 18-foot mega wall, maybe you'll get like 5, 6, or 7 steps in, right? So you want to know where you're starting from, You want to land your last foot right in front of the wall, and then you want to know which leg you want to drive your last jumping push from on the wall, so that you can plan which foot is going to land on the wall first and second and or third, or however many steps you're going to take. All right, so you made it to the top of the wall, or at least your hands to the top of the wall, right? So now, depending on how strong your upper body is, you have some options. If it is hard for you to do a pull-up, then here's what I recommend, okay? Don't worry about trying to pull up with your arms, okay? Make sure you have enough room to swing a leg over to the top, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna lean into my right forearm. I'm gonna put my right leg, my foot on the wall, okay? And just lean into my right forearm, and I'm gonna swing my left leg wide and up, okay? And I've got to get that heel over the top. If I get like a toe over the top, it's not enough. What I need is the power to use this heel, to use my hamstring to start pulling this knee up and over, okay? So from a dead hang, swing this left leg up, heel over, and use my hamstring to get that knee over, okay? So my left heel, and then my left knee, and then my left elbow is gonna come over the top, okay? Once I'm here, and my right hand is still on, okay? Once I get here, my right foot that is still on the wall, I'm gonna use my right foot to push off the wall at the same time that I'm using my left leg and my left arm and my right hand to just kind of shimmy over the top of the wall. And you've made it. In case you get here again, let's say you can do a pull-up, okay? If you can do a pull-up, if you've got the upper body strength for this, then by all means, keep your feet on the wall, pull up, and you can get, if you can get one elbow over the top, then you're golden, okay? If you've got one elbow up, then you can use it to continue to pull while one of your legs continues to push. This hand continues to pull. Get a hand up, just like you did a muscle up with this hand, right? So my right arm is supporting me up, and it'll help push. Let's get my left hand on top, and then one foot over. And you're on. Also, if you have enough speed getting up the wall, and you really had a lot of leg power, and a lot of arm power, there's an option at the top for just grabbing the top of that wall and just running right over the top of it. I was a little tired in my attempt here, and I'm not as beast as some of the Ninja Warriors who do it, but that is an option. You can see my attempt. Once you've gotten those 3 steps down, actually, before you get those 3 steps down, before you attempt running up the warped wall, I like to see a certain way of coming down the warped wall if you didn't make it up. Okay, so what I see a lot of people do is run at the wall, and they make it up a certain way, and they're concerned about feeling out of control as they fall. And so what they do is, from wherever they made it up the wall, they try to turn around and run back down, and that freaks me out because you're running down into the ground at such an abrupt angle. Injuries are more likely that way than if you run to the wall, and if you miss, you just fall into the wall and slide down. Face forward, palms flat on the wall. It's the safest way to come down. Okay, that's it for the warped wall. Approach with speed. Refine that approach by knowing the same spot you start from. Get big strides up the wall. Drive with your final jump off your dominant leg. And then once you're at the top, you got options. If you have a little bit less upper body strength, you could swing a leg over, pull yourself over that way. Or if you've got a little more upper body strength, you can muscle your way over the top like a pull-up. If you want to have fun with your warped wall training, once you master a wall, of course, your Ninja Gym probably has different heights of walls for you to practice on. So master one height and then master another height. Once you've mastered the tallest option at your gym, something you could do is switch your dominant foot. Switch everything from the spot you start, right? If you've been starting on your right foot, start on your left foot now. If you've been jumping with your last final push off your right foot, try that last final push off your left foot now. just to train that balance in your body and give yourself that added constant challenge. Another thing you can do is, instead of starting with as much of a running start, you can shorten that start. See how close you can get to the wall before you max out your capacity for getting up the thing. That's getting up the warped wall. Thanks for watching. Like this video because it was awesome. Subscribe to this channel because it rocks. Share it with your friends because they're cool. Tell your friends about the truth. We'll see you in the next video.
Recording.
Recording? All right. Okay, because we wanted that ridiculous first take. But
Yeah.
now I probably won't use it because I was really manufacturing.
I mean,
Okay.
send it to me.
What? Oh, okay. So,
If it just shows you pop up, okay, yeah. I'm framed pretty. Oh, let's get my leg out of there. That's not very professional.